just want to thank everybody for coming out and for actually staying since we got rained off the roof and enjoying this evening with us to celebrate the Global Reading Initiative, which is a charity that's very close to House of Cliff's heart. And the whole reason that we actually brought you out here tonight was because we are launching a line of children's t-shirts. And the principle of this line was very simple. You start thinking about the things that you can do for other people and giving back to the world and things like that. I think we get really enveloped with the things, the resources that it takes and the time and how consuming those things are. And so I really wanted to scale this back and to be able to create something that was just very simple, that could be created to produce revenue streams for this charity that we're really passionate about without creating a lot of expense. And so Aaliyah has been really nice enough to model for us. She's a little shy here, but give her a hand up, please. Give her a hand. Aaliyah's shirt is one of our more popular already. We've pre-sold quite a few of these. Social statements that says, "Teach me to love and I'll change the world." And so I think a lot of times when you guys see these t-shirts that are quirky and they're fun, which one of my really, really good friends back here in the corner, Tea Party, does a great job of sayings on shirts. But you see these a lot of times on the kids, and kids get lost in these. I feel like these messages are really for the adults. So the purpose behind this clothing line was not for kids, but it was the message that's for adults as you're raising up the next generation of children, that you are really, as adults and parents, the ones that are instilling really great values that are going to change the next generation of leaders. And so we just did 4 really basic prints. We have "Teach me that we're equal and I'll change the world."
Aww.
I think a lot of times that we get really bogged down with race and sexuality and religion and things like that. And really, it's that quality factor that unites and joins us together. And that's really what's going to be able to help us reach out across continents and socioeconomical backgrounds and things like that and really unite us. Our second is just a really simple message, and I felt really passionate about it. It's diversity equals strength. I think a lot of times that whenever we're looking at Black people or Asian people or gay people or Protestant people or Catholic people, we get really tied down, and there's so many amazing qualities that are in diversity in each one of us that we sometimes you just lose track of that. And if we can just really focus on that diversity is strength. It is all of our differences that unite us and make us stronger, that are going to be able to help us be able to change this world for the better. So that was one of my really, really favorites. And then our third one here is something that's really close to me. I was raised my entire life with these principles, and I didn't really realize what they were until just recently. It says, "Bite-sized social entrepreneur in training." And for those of you that aren't really familiar with social entrepreneur, it really is the foundation of House of Fifth. House of Fifth's principles at the very core foundation is social entrepreneurism. We love it's really these social entrepreneurial companies that I think that are starting to shift their mindset from that capitalism thinking and how it's all about money. It's not about money. It's about our planet. It's about our people. It's about the love that we have for each other and how we can grow as a unity and as an organization. So, these are really, really basic messages, but I wanted to put them on kids' t-shirts in our very first children's line, which we call Change One, Change the World, because I want everybody to look at these t-shirts on children and think, if I can change this one human being, if I can change this one kid, then I can change the world. So it's really something that's really, really passionate, that I feel really strong about. And it's just a simple principle, and I really, really hope that everybody will take this message. And what you can do, this entire event tonight is really small because everybody just worked together. I had so many really amazing people in PR that wrote our press releases for us for free, people that promoted us on Facebook, people that volunteered tonight to be able to help the event for free. You don't have to always spend money. Sometimes it's really just the resources and the connections that you have as human beings that help us to go out and to change other people's lives. And so on that note, I don't know, a lot of people know Global Reading Initiative, but it's a charity that my mother started about 2 years ago. She goes back and forth to Africa with her own money and supports the entire reading program herself.
And your eyes.
But I'm really passionate about finding people that are passionate about their causes. And when you look in your own backyard and you see somebody that spends this much of their own money and this much of their own time traveling to countries that are poverty-stricken and that there's not electricity necessarily in these neighborhoods. I felt like that was a really, really good cause that House of Fifth could name their first corporate sponsorship. So, you know, this type of a project, I don't care if we make, you know, $300, I don't care if we make $500 a year. $500 a year in selling these basic t-shirts will go to pay 3 or 4 salaries of individuals that do nothing but teach English literacy to people that have no chance of being able to have education. They don't have a public education system that is paid for by their government like we do. You know, they don't have welfare like we do in this country. And a lot of people I've had in the past have talked to us and said, you know, why don't you do something in your own country? And I think our country is really great. I think we have a lot of things that we can improve about it, but we have a lot of resources that we can reach out. And there are a lot of other countries that don't have any resources. They don't have government channels. They don't have private not-for-profit channels. And so that's the reason why we really picked this charity specifically. So we will be launching this 4 basic t-shirts that we're really strong, we feel really strongly about their social message on our website this week. We just we thank everybody for coming out and joining us tonight to party. I apologize for the rain. But I really ask you that you would just spread the word about the line. 100% of the profits from this line go back to Global Reading Initiative. This is not something that House of Fifth takes anything from. So I ask you to spread the message, because every cent that sells of these t-shirts actually does go change a life in Africa and teaches literacy and teaches skills that they would not have access to where they can get jobs and they can support their families and they can grow as a community as well. So thank you so much for coming out tonight.